Every pregnancy needs utmost care and attention. But certain pregnancies need a little extra attention. An Rh negative mother carrying an Rh positive baby is at increased risk of complications. BSV is at the forefront to ensure safe delivery in every Rh negative pregnancy.
Hello and welcome to the Outside View presented by Women's Cricket Zone and brought to you by BSV, MRI Hospitals and NPL Sports Foundation. So tomorrow it's match number 20 of the tournament wherein West Indies and Pakistan will lock horns with each other. West Indies come with a stunner victory in the last game and Pakistan are still searching for their first victory in this tournament. To preview tomorrow's game, I'm alongside Brittany and Julia. Both of you, welcome to the show. So starting with Pakistan first, looking for their first win in this tournament. But if you have to talk about their batting, their openers were good enough against Bangladesh. Sidra Amin, of course, became the first player from Pakistan to score a century in Women's World Cup. That was a special moment coming in there. But the middle order, there is a lot of experience there with Alia Riaz, Bisma Maroof, of course, had a good knock of 50 against Australia. But Alia Riaz, Dida Dar and Bisma Maroof, how big a responsibility will be on their shoulders when they face New Zealand, when they face West Indies, Julia?
Yeah, it's a big responsibility, although I think that their batting is getting better and better throughout the tournament. They're getting a little more confident in how they're going. Mahida Khan's been great opening the batting. She's been starting to get some consistent runs in this back end after missing the first game. Alia Riaz has been a little bit disappointing, I have to admit. I thought she was going to be their number 6 bat that was going to go on with it. She had a really good innings against Australia, and we know how well she can hit the ball, but she just seems to be a little out of form. And it doesn't get better after number 6, and she's at number 6. They don't seem to be able to finish off games or even sort of get home on or play out overs in that sort of bottom end of their batting order. So to me, I think they need that top order to making sure that they're staying out there, spending some time out there, creating good partnerships, because they don't seem to have that depth in their order to be able to really capitalise on the sort of bottom end of their batting lineup.
Definitely. Let's have a look at the head-to-head stats of the two teams when they have faced each other in the 50-over format. Of course, they played 33. West Indies have a clear edge there with 24 wins and Pakistan with 9 wins. And another win is what West Indies would be looking forward to after coming to victory in the last game. We're still getting out of that, letting that sink in. Of course, and first question that I'd come to you, Julia, with is the same thing there. A lot of over-dependency on the top order, Hayley Matthews and Deandra Doughton. Stephanie Taylor played a patient knock of 50 in the game in one of the games, but the middle order, there was a change last time around with Kaisia Knight coming in. Kaisia Knight not replacing Rashada Williams, my bad. Rashada Williams replacing Kaisia Knight there, but the fortunes quite didn't change for the side.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same sort of thing that happened. And unfortunately, both Deandra Doughton and Hayley Matthews also lost their wickets fairly early. They seem to be just getting less and less confident with their batting. Every game they're scoring, they seem to be scoring less. And it's their bowling that's getting them back in the games at the moment, which wasn't really the case I thought was going to be in the first place. I thought their batting was going to be the dominant thing and their bowling that was going to hold them back. But I've been really impressed with how their fight is to get back in these games. I think Sherman Campbell has been fantastic. She's probably surprising a few people. At number 5, she's been pretty consistent. She's had 2 match-winning scores. She was a bit unlucky not to get player of the match, I thought, in the last game, despite Hayley getting the 4 wickets. But she batted beautifully in a very low-scoring game, and very impressed with her temperament and how she's going about scoring her runs. And I thought that Afi Fletcher also bowled pretty well as well, and it's great to have her back in there. It's nice to have an experienced head. And a mother as well, which comes from a different perspective. It's great to see that she's out there and really happy with the
She was waiting to see Afi Fletcher.
and yeah, so she's been really good as well. So I think they're sort of maybe tweaking their team enough to get people who have been sitting on the sidelines to have that itch to get out there. But it is vitally important that they get off to that the starts that they get that confidence and their mojo back like they did in the first couple of games where, Deandra Dotton and Hayley Matthews just played and they complemented each other really, really nicely. But they just seem to be maybe in their own heads a little bit too much at the moment. They just need to get that freedom again and getting out there and just playing their game and not worrying about what's coming after them. They can sort themselves out, and hopefully Stefani Taylor, Shemaine Campbell and those guys will be able to step up in that middle order just to get them to another big score. Let's get them back over 200 because at the moment they're sort of, lagging around that 130, 140 mark.
Definitely. And of course, AP Fletcher, we were just having a word on her. That celebration was also something special coming in from there. So any changes you're seeing for tomorrow's game, Brittany there? Is the team continuing with Karishma Ravi there, or we are seeing Anisa Mohammed getting back into the side?
Yeah, I believe that they will continue with Karishma Mark, but I also see Anisa Mohammed in the team because Anisa have a really, really great record against Pakistan. So let me put on my coach hat. Yeah, so one change I would make, well, actually two. So Salmon will replace Connell, and Mohammed will come in for Allen.
Okay.
Now, the other changes I would make in the batting order, I will put Williams to open. The reason why I will let Williams open is because look at her stats. Her stats where she scored runs was opening. I know number 3 is not any different from opening, but I just think that, probably the idea of she having 50 overs to bat will probably build a little more confidence in her. And just to try to strengthen the middle order a little more, I will put Hayley back at 5 just for tactically to try to strengthen or lengthen the middle order. So Williams and Dutton will open. Stefani will bat at 3, and I will put Campbell at 4. Hayley 5. You have Nation 6, and then you have Mohammed.
Yes.
No, you have Henry, Mohammed, and so forth. That's how I would. That's my 11, and that's my potential batting lineup I would like to see for West Indies tomorrow.
So we know what should be the playing 11 for West Indies. She's predicted one, and it would be interesting to see in tomorrow's pre-show so as to how things unfold. And I'm excited to see how many changes are actually coming in, and are we seeing Anisa Mohammed back into the squad? And it's going to be an interesting contest for sure. So do join us for the pre-mid and post show for tomorrow's game as well. And until then, stay tuned to this episode for all the updates on women's cricket.